I've sent over 6,000 proposals on Upwork, and I have made hundreds of thousands of dollars for myself and my clients. And these are 5 lessons I learned along the way that I wish I knew 4 years ago when I started out. 1. Your portfolio matters. Look, if you search YouTube for Upwork tips, all of the videos talk about how to send great proposals or how to get connects, but they neglect the most important thing: your portfolio. Your portfolio is your social proof. It is absolute evidence that you know what you're talking about. Look at it from the client side. Imagine you want to hire a video editor, so you come across someone on Upwork, but they literally have 0 portfolio elements, 0 proof of concept. How exactly are you gonna know if they're a good editor or not? You get what I'm saying? So how do you get portfolio elements if you're a beginner? Good question. Here's one method I recommend. Let's say you do social media management for coaches or consultants or whatever. Why don't you go to Instagram, find someone in your ICP, meaning your ideal customer profile, who you really want to work with, and then simply make them some sample posts or reels or long form videos and send it to them for absolutely free. As a video editor, if this person already makes content, there's scores of videos that you can take from, which you can then piece into shorts for them, send it over. And why not, right? Many of you will have the objection of it's going to take all your time and you're not going to make any money from it. But on the contrary, all you have is time, whereas you have $0. So use and leverage what you actually have, the resources that are at present, rather than complaining about what it is that you don't have. That's a loser's mindset. So the worst case scenario, you take that free work and put it into your portfolio, which can then serve as a form of social proof for your own Upwork profile. And best case scenario, you work with that person, you get them as a client. So it's a win-win for you either way. So number 2, stop sending dumb templates as proposals. So listen, I know it's easier to just copy and paste something. Everybody starts out with the whole mindset of just taking whatever works and running with it. But that's the problem. Everyone else is doing it. Prospects will literally throw away your proposal if they even sense that it's a copy-pasted template. They have no interest in carbon copies. What they do have interest in is you being able to solve their issue. So that's pretty much all you need to do in your proposal. The proposal's entire purpose is to show to your prospect that you're the person for the job through the social proof and track record that you have amassed. People don't work with me because of some fancy copywriting that I do. They work with me because I've done this for more than 20 to 30 clients at this point. So the proof is in the pudding, they say. If you want to write a good proposal, start out by being someone worth choosing in the first place, which ties into point 1. So point 3 is charge what you're worth. It's hysterical that people think that Upwork is just a place where $4 per hour VAs come to, but that couldn't be further from the truth. You have to stop thinking that clients are trying to get the same quality of work for the least amount of money possible. That's just not true. Clients pay you for the quality of work that you dish out, and also for how big of a pain the issue is that you're setting out to solve. If it's costing a client $50,000+ for not building a personal brand, for example, then do you really think that they wouldn't be willing to pay you $4,000 to $5,000 a month to solve this issue if it's going to make them a 10x ROI? Hell no. Of course they'd pay you that much. It's people discount themselves because of competition, quote unquote. It's easy to get caught up in it, and it causes you to lower your prices as a result. But keep in mind that your skills are worth way more than what you're charging with 90% of the time. The best solution, in my opinion, is to apply to better jobs, more qualified jobs, where prospects are willing to pay you in direct proportion to how much money the issue is causing them. I've had cases where I've charged clients anywhere between $2,500 to about $3,500 for what some of you may deem a simple service, but their pain is strong enough to the point where they'd be making way more money if they just paid me the premium at which I placed. That's as simple as it gets. If you're struggling on determining what would be a good price to charge that would make it worth for you, whilst also not a huge burden on your client, you can look at competitors in your niche, not necessarily on Upwork, but all over social media. And you can do what you call a funnel hack, where you will go through someone's entire marketing funnel. Maybe you see a YouTube ad. You can go through that entire ad, find out what they're charging, or at least a range, and then find the midpoint. That's a great place to start. And then the eventuality is that you charge more based on how much more sophisticated you get into the market. So simple way to go about it. Point number 4, have a video introduction. So I remember when I just started out, I was sending around 15 to 20 proposals per day, little to no results. It took me well over 300 proposals to get my first job until I added a video introduction to my profile. I'm not saying that this is some magical fix all sort of element can drop onto your profile. What I am saying is that it increased the conversion rate at which I got meetings, as well as the inbound rate as well. So people would land onto my profile, see my video introduction, invite me to interview for the job, and then they would go as far as to compliment me on having that there. You want to fill your entire profile out. You don't want to leave anything blank. But 90% of your competition leaves the video introduction blank due to a fear of not speaking proper English, or they're not being good on camera, etc. If your fear of speaking properly outweighs your fear of making money, then perhaps you don't want it as much as you think you do. It's as simple as that. Filming a good video introduction can be as simple as looking at the camera, introducing yourself, talking about your past experiences and what you're able to do for your clients, and then ending with a CTA, a call to action, just prompting them to invite you to the job or continue the conversation in messages. That's as simple as it gets on shooting a video introduction. It doesn't have to be the most optimized form, which is a VSL, which I speak about in length. It can be something as simple as that. Just don't leave it blank. People, especially nowadays, prefer to watch video. And the 5th and last point I want to make is to take care of your clients. It's much easier to keep an existing client than it is to go out and get an additional one. The cost of marketing is much higher than it is to retain your client, to keep them in your ecosystem and continuing to sell them. Because you shouldn't look at a client as being one-dimensional. They don't just pay you money and then that's it. You continue recurring. These clients can lead to partnerships, referrals, additional social proof, and all of these avenues lead towards more money in the long term. So many of you have this short-term thinking of, if you churn a client, you can just go out and get another one, which is unsustainable. Whether you're an agency or a freelancer, you only stand to lose by prioritizing the acquisition of new clients as opposed to keeping old clients. Your older clients are those that will drive the most amount of MRR and will account for the highest LTV possible. Now you know the top 5 lessons that made me hundreds of thousands of dollars on Upwork between myself and my clients. So now you need to know the top 5 mistakes that keep you from reaching that goal. So go watch this video here, and if you enjoy content like this, like, subscribe, and comment on what you want to see next. Till next time, peace.